In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on July 19, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Nationals versus Chicago Cubs. It's a battle of National League teams on the diamond as they conclude a series in the Windy City. The Washington Nationals are on the road as they finish up a 3-game series with the Chicago Cubs Wednesday night. The Nationals sit with a 38-57 record overall, but on Tuesday the pitching really struggled on Tuesday. Amos Willingham went 0.2 innings, giving up 4 hits and 4 runs. The Nationals are averaging 4.23 runs while their pitching is giving up 5.14 runs per game. The offense is ranked 22nd in the league, while the pitching is ranked 27th. Lane Thomas has hit 15 home runs and driven in 51 RBIs. The Cubs sit with a 44-50 record overall, and they scored 17 runs on Tuesday. Seiya Suzuki finished with 4 hits, 2 runs, and 3 RBIs. The Cubs are averaging 4.66 runs while their pitching is giving up 4.45 runs per game. The offense is ranked 12th, while the pitching staff is ranked 16th. On the mound for the Cubs will be Kyle Hendricks, who sits with a 3-4 record and an earned run average of 3.57. In his last start against the White Sox, he went 4.2 innings, giving up 8 hits and 5 runs. Both teams have had their ups and downs this season, but the Cubs still are at least in the playoff picture thanks to the weak National League Central. To stay there, Chicago has to take advantage of this homestand, which has 4 games against St. Louis over the weekend once this series closes. Washington continues to try and develop their young talent, but it is a work in progress. Williams hasn't been great this season and has struggled against the Cubs in his career. Hendricks has been pretty solid of late after a rough first couple of starts to begin the year. With Bellinger leading the way, Chicago does enough damage at the plate to come up with a victory in this contest. Washington went into Tuesday's play having seen the under post a 45-45-4 mark this season. The Nationals are 22nd in the majors as they average 4.22 runs per game. That number climbs to an average of 4.72 runs per game on the road entering Tuesday's play. Washington has seen an average total of 9.36 runs per game, though that climbs slightly to 9.61 runs per game on the road. Chicago has seen the over post a 48-43-2 mark on the season entering Tuesday's action. The Cubs are tied for 12th in the majors entering Tuesday as they average 4.66 runs per game this season, though that climbs to 4.77 runs per game at home. Chicago has seen an average total of 9.11 runs per game on the year, which edges up slightly to an average of 9.37 runs per game at Wrigley Field. We saw a dozen runs on the board in the opening game of the series. With a pair of pitch-to-contact arms on the mound, this game likely ends up going past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Detroit Tigers versus Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals will host the Detroit Tigers on Wednesday at Kauffman Stadium in the 3rd game of a 4-game series between American League Central foes. Ryan Yarbrough is coming off 2 solid outings, but I'm giving the nod to Eduardo Rodriguez in this pitching matchup. Rodriguez has been a lead on the mound all season, including a couple of wins and a 2.7 earned run average in 7 road starts. Rodriguez fell victim to a pair of unearned runs in his start against Kansas City in May when he was tagged with the loss, but he struck out 9 batters in that game and only received 1 run of run support from his offense. Rodriguez has a winning record against the Royals in his career, and he's also 33-22 after the All-Star break in his career. He also has an impressive 12-6 record in the month of July in his career. The offensive production this season has been equally as bad for both teams, so I think it comes down to the pitching performances. I trust Rodriguez more than Yarbrough, and Kansas City also has the 2nd worst bullpen earned run average in the big leagues. You can say what you want about the Detroit Tigers, and they have things to improve, but they're the better team here, and they've been kinder to the wallet. I'm not backing a team that's lost more money than any team this season. In fact, the Tigers are one of the top 10 most profitable teams in baseball despite being 10 games below a .500 record record. The Tigers have made bettors money, and that's because they've been able to win as big underdogs. It's just not the case for the Royals this season. The Royals are pathetic. Detroit is also a respectable 49-43 against the run line this season, whereas Kansas City is dead last in that department. Toss in the fact that Salvador Perez will probably not play, and I look for the Tigers to get it done. So the Detroit Tigers money line is our full game side pick. Even though these are two of the worst offenses in baseball, the over has hit in 4 out of the 7 games Detroit and Kansas City have played this season. The over has also hit in 3 straight games started by Eduardo Rodriguez. Ryan Yarbrough has struggled for the majority of the season, finishing with an earned run average of at least 5.79 in 2 of the 3 months he's pitched in this season. His earned run average at Kauffman Stadium this year is 7.36, and he's also allowing opponents to bat .281 at home. Not even the Tigers should have trouble producing against those numbers. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Twins vs. Seattle Mariners. The Minnesota Twins and Seattle Mariners play Game 3 of their 4-game set on Wednesday night in Seattle. The Twins are currently clinging to a slight lead in the American League Central Division, while the Mariners have surged back into playoff contention as the month of July winds down. Something has to give in this matchup, with Mita very sharp over his last 4 starts, while Castillo has been dominant at home for the Mariners. The Twins closed the first half miserably, swept in 3 straight by the Orioles at home. In between that sweep, the Twins have put together 2 3-game win streaks. Minnesota is also just 21st in baseball in runs scored and is worse on the road. The Twins also strike out the most in baseball and face Castillo, who has an elevated K9 rate at home. The Mariners come in winners of 6 out of their last 10 games heading into Tuesday night. They are also over .500 at home, while the Twins are a sub .500 road team this season. Castillo has been solid from home this season, and he's been even strong during the course of July. He's yet to ask a single batter in 13 innings this month. What's more, the Seattle offense has been strong during the month of July, and they've still found ways to extend hits at their home park. Mita has thrown strong as well, but the Twins' offense strikes out more than any other club in the league. Even though Mita hasn't allowed the long ball much this season, he's still susceptible to giving up runs via extra base hits. I like the Mariners in this matchup thanks to their more consistent play as of late, so the Seattle Mariners money line is our full game side pick. While I do think this game will be a modest scoring game, I think this line comes in a bit too low. Don't expect a 10-9 final with 2 teams in the lower third in baseball and runs scored this season. Also, if you like strikeouts, expect a ton in this game, with the 2 teams ranked 29th and 30th in strikeouts per game, and each pitcher coming in with a +10 Kelvin 9 rate. However, the Mariners are 7-3 to the over in their last 10 home games. They have also gone over the total in each of Castillo's last 4 starts. Minnesota, meanwhile, has gone over the total in 5 straight games, as well as 3 of Mita's last 5 starts. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.